You have now clocked into another episode of the Part-Timers podcast.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I have words after.
But yeah, nah. What was I saying? No. What I'm saying is, I didn't watch the Mobos. Did you guys watch them?
Yeah, I did.
I never watched that, man. To be honest,
I did. This is the first time it's happened since I think 2017. I think because I think they just wanted to gather their bearings, and because there was a lot of criticism about them just handing out
shit.
the wrong people. and that as well. But a lot of the nominations were wrong, like every year in, year out. So they said they were taking a break, etc.
They needed to regather themselves because there was times, I can't remember what year it was. It's Music of Black Origin Awards, and you got most of the candidates are white, and a white person wins it as well. I mean, it's not I don't want to make it a racial thing, but when you're gonna call it Music of Black Origin Awards, I mean, it's in the name itself.
It's not.
You know what I mean? Anyway. But yeah, carry on. That's my 2 cents. I didn't watch the show, so I can't really comment on it this year.
What was the awards on? Because it's been 3 years, like you said.
Wegz, I need you to speak a bit louder. You're sounding a bit distant.
Oh, right. My bad. Now saying, talk to us about the awards, because obviously you said it's been like 3 years.
It was kind of interesting. The nominations, I think they kind of got right. Obviously you lot know about the R&B talk and people not being nominated, but Nine swept up. Nine's won Album of the Year and Best Hip Hop Act. I don't think he should have won Album of the Year. I think it should have been J Hus, Big Conspiracy, but that's me. Mahalia scooped 2 awards as well. She won R&B Soul Act and New Act as well, which Best Female Act, and I really rate her album. She's sick, like she's an artist.
Was Georgia Smith in that one by any chance?
Yes, she was. Georgia Smith was there, Darko was there, but Mahalia's album was better than Georgia Smith's album to me anyway. Love and Compromise, I really like the album.
Fair enough. I guess someone's got to win it.
Yeah, it's true. Then there was an award that was fan voted, which was Best Newcomer, and when I saw H in there, I said H is winning, and of course H won because his fans are
he's done well.
No. I don't listen, but he's talented. But best if it's fan voted, I just knew he was gonna.
Sorry. This as much as Dan is pulling his face. Do you know what I remember about H, bro? Me and Daniel spoke about H when he had a freestyle on like P110.
He can spit. I'm not denying that.
Spoke about it, and like I said, we said that this kid has got it.
Yeah.
This is years way before any of these mixtapes, whatever. We spoke about him saying this kid has got it, and he's now taking off and whatever. And it's crazy that now he started doing the pop shit and he stopped rapping. Daniel doesn't like him anymore.
You know what it is? I don't deny it. He can flow his art, like he can spit. He can. That's undeniable. I feel like he's a barist, like he's hard, but
Daniel doesn't
not
like
that interesting.
Pop music.
Lyrically, he's not that interesting though. Like when I looked at that newcomer list, he was not the best there in terms of he wasn't the most interesting artist.
Who else was nominated? I don't know who else was nominated.
Harlow was nominated. Millions was nominated. Who else was there?
I think Darko was there. I'm trying to think.
Darko, obviously Dutch Avelli, but we can't
Avelli,
on my man.
If I'm going to be honest, out of those names, is anybody else that's out there?
They're probably at one.
He's the biggest. He's the biggest.
He's the biggest.
He's the biggest.
Yeah, he's the biggest. I'll say personally, my favorite newcomer out of all of those guys you mentioned is Millions. Millions has been the most consistent one, and he's had hit after hit the whole year.
And he has brought an entirely new flow. Like I never heard anyone like Millions since he's come out. Bear Man sounding like Millions.
That's true.
Bear Man sounded like Millions. I even saw Swarms do a freestyle. Man sounded like the carbon copy of my man, bro. And I was like, and from when people are doing that, it's something different. I mean, I think Parsaloo, I know obviously everyone draws the J Hus comparisons, but in terms of
commentary was hard. I take back what I said.
And he can really make songs.
Yeah.
He's like, he's deeper than H. Like I feel like H is so surface level.
Do you know what? But do you think that's part of him being signed now?
He's being young, I thought.
Oh, he's being young. How old is H?
He's like 20, bro.
Because even like some of the boys on my football team, they're young. They're like 20, 21. They listen to H. They love him. But for us that are older, the music and lyrics just don't relate.
Like I said, but then maybe it's me being miserable. He makes happy music, bro. Like I want to know some.
I don't even listen to pain and suffering, bro.
Yeah, I want to hear some struggle. I want to hear some struggle. Not just like, yeah, I got bare money. I get girls. That's all he talks. I've never heard him say anything that I'm like, I felt that. That's all it is. But On a lyrical level, mad. Like, I mean, well, not lyrical, wrong word. On a flow level, mad.
Talent level, you can't deny
like, he'll spin a lot of guys on the track. Don't get it twisted.
Nah,
bro, saying that, bro. Have you heard this song with Lowski? Awful. Terrible song.
I haven't
heard that yet.
I never heard Dan say the word awful like that ever, bro.
Sorry?
I never heard you say the word awful like that ever. I said awful.
Awful.
Straight from the soul, bro.
To be fair, it ain't even H's fault, it's Lowski. But that track, boy.
In saying that about H though, I like him and I like Parsley and like
who?
Parsley?
Parsley?
Oh, parsley. Parsley, fam.
I said parsley. What, souffle, parsley.
I mean, every episode I'm gonna butcher someone's name. You get me?
Finally, Legacy 5.
The Lakers.
No way should have shot that's that, bro. Parsley.
Oh, I love it, man.
At the end of the day, Legacy 5.
But fair enough. I think, Dan, just saying that because I feel like Tevin touched on the point. The fact that you and Tev have probably listened to H from before, and I feel like he's blown now to majority of people, I think that's taken away the effect from like what H has done in the last year or so. Because for me, he's been on like a big song with, well, not big song, he's been on tracks with big hitters.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
He's held his own on a lot of the tracks, so I'll have to give it to him. But
I just said that. I said he'd spin a lot of man. I'm not denying that. I just said as an artist, I don't feel much of what he talks about. That's all it is. Like I said, that could be.
Let me ask you when you lot listen to it, because I think Dan's point's interesting. Man said doesn't feel like you don't connect with what he makes. What kind of music do you connect with, or what content do you connect with or relate to?
Well, obviously, I mean, there's some music that's undeniable. I don't think he makes undeniably great music for one as well. But in terms of lyrical content, he doesn't talk about things I listen to and I can be like, oh yeah, I feel that, I get that. But like I said, that's personally.
I find it interesting when people say that term because like case in point, I could listen to, I don't know, someone like Pot of Paper, for example. Yeah. I've never been in the trap. I've never been on roads. I can't relate to his music. But I can feel his music. Do you get me?
But see,
same way I don't pop I don't pop bottles every time I go club, and I don't spend thousands on watches and shit. But I can vibe and relate to those kind of music. So I always find it.
The thing is, it doesn't need to be as straightforward of that. There's elements of that I can feel. Like Potter, I can relate to struggle. I can relate to difficulties and trying to find a hustle. Even though I'm not drug dealing, I can find, okay, I feel that I remember struggling in this point in my life as well. Like there are elements of it. It doesn't need to be as direct as I was drug dealing, he's drug dealing. Let's all get along.
It's also the fact of where's Potter Paper from? Is it South London or East London?
No, he's from Barking.
From Barking, so East London. Bruv, as much as he might be a white kid that's in the trap, it's East London. Barking is Barking whether you're white or black, do you know what I mean? It's the same area. It's ends, you know what I mean? You can relate to the ends.
And it's not me saying I don't like any of H's tune. There's plenty of H's tune I can vibe with. It's just not someone I'm going to jump to.
Yeah, because even.
But I said objectively, he was the biggest in that category.
Yeah,
I
remember that category was fan voted as well. So as soon as I saw that, I knew
fans in it.
It's probably got the most fans.
Honestly,
this is another just to feed off that point. He's probably got the most fans because it was fan relatable. Do you know why? Because he's a white kid from Manchester.
He's a white kid from Manchester and he can rap.
He's not a trapper. He's just a rapper. He's just a kid who likes to rap. In his bars, he's never said I've been stuck in the trap, this, that, the other. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Relatable.
He's got talent.
He's got. Listen, like we said, we're not denying it. I said, me and Daniel told you, we saw his freestyle when he was on P10 or some one of those smaller channels, and we're like, this kid.
It blew my mind.
Rap.
I was like, this guy.
Literally, hard. We're talking about it like he can rap. That's one thing we'll never take away from him.
Maybe he might get on his album. He might get on the album.
Like I don't think so.
You know what it is with me? I just feel like he needs to kind of grow and experience things, and and just kind of grow as a guy, and then he'll start reaching out that kind of content. That's all it is. He's just young right now, man. He's just young in his life, bro. Like, I can't hate on that, but when he grows and he starts going through things, then his content will change. That's what
the thing is. I'm not mad at him getting best newcomer, by the way. At all.
I'm not mad at that either. I feel it makes sense. Even if it's even if it wasn't fan voted, it would make the most sense because even out of all those new acts, he has had the biggest year, 100%.
But you know what was terrible about the Mobos though?
What?
The presenting, bro.
What? Maya Jammer and Chunks.
Awful. I like them, but I like.
Hey, listen, but the Somali community could get onto us, I don't think you want to go there, my guy.
Hey, listen, you can't.
I don't think that's a representation of the whole Somali community. They were too stiff. I don't think they didn't feel comfortable. That's all it was.
I feel like it's awkward though. I don't watch it personally. I watched.
Awkward.
I think I watched the BET Awards, and I can't remember the woman which was doing it, but it just looked awkward. There's no crowd there. There's not people you can.
That's probably
you have to take that into account.
They're probably like.
And you also got to remember. Someone like Chunks, as much as he's a YouTube personality, he's bouncing off Philly, who's his boy. He spends so much time with, and he's banter when they're just together. Whereas this is my jammer, someone you've probably spoken to on the phone 2 or 3 times, and then today you're turning up and you got to bounce off each other and whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's different. So it's one of them ones. I think it's inexperience from him being a host because this is his first time doing it, but probably if he does more shows and whatever, you start to get a feel for it. Because
on the flip side, guys finesse though, bro. I've had man just go from doing little YouTube videos and that man's now presenting.
That guy is popular as hell, man.
You have to rate my man's hustle, bro. You actually have to.
Hey, what part did I say I don't rate Chunks from?
I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying honorable mention.
Even though I said I'd fight him last week, but I still rate my man.
I'm mad about that. The song of the year went to Young T and Bugsy, Don't Rush, which wasn't surprising because that was viral.
No, it is surprising, Dwain, because that song didn't come out this year. That song came out last year.
I didn't know that.
That song did not come out this year. No, it started popping this year because of the challenges, but it was out last year.
To be fair, it had, like Dwain said, the Mobos ain't been happening since 2017. So
regardless, bro, if the Mobo didn't happen since 2017, do you think they're gonna start talking about young ads and Dirtbag LB as breakout acts? No, because they've already broken out.
The one I was wasn't really happy about was Lupita winning Video of the Year when Nux's home video was much better and Bree Runway's videos were much better and Koji's, but that's me in it.
Were they listed in that category?
Yeah, Nux was nominated, Koji was, Bree Runway was. I think like creatively they were all better, but you know, maybe it's just because NSG are popping. Like look, NSG's visuals are all the same. Like there's no shade to them. They're all the same.
I'm not gonna try to defend them on everything, and I hear your point on that. A lot of their videos are the same, but their videos are sick.
No, they're sick, but they're the same.
The way
any video that has a lot of dark skinned girls in the thing deserves it from you. Bro. You got a dark skinned babe in your video, you deserve it from.
Get that video out of here, man. My energy video is better than that. Anyway, best international act was come on. Best international act was Burna Boy. Best grime act, bruv, was JME.
Why is there a grime act?
Yeah, I hardly knew anyone in that category. I ain't gonna lie to you, apart from Mangra. Like him and JME. Other than that, I didn't really.
JME has been the best grime act for years, and it will continue being.
Yeah, I think JME did drop an album in it.
The album,
but don't you think if there's a best grime award, don't you think there should be a best drill award?
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Like that grime hasn't been popping this year. Drill has. So why have they got?
But grime has the legacy as a genre, though.
Yeah, but
who's really doing grime
awards currently? Like, there's only a few guys that do grime like that.
They probably done a best grime award for pretty much every Mobos they've done.
Oh yeah. Well,
it's just a legacy.
I just think there should be a best drill act in it. If you're gonna do best grime act, there should be best drill act.
I think.
Nah, do you know? Okay, no, actually, hold on. I kind of see both sides because Mobos is music of black origin. Grime is definitely something that was born in London. It's something we can say is definitely like it's ours. So you have to keep the legacy going in terms of awards. But drill, in terms of like UK drill, this is a young genre, so it still needs to establish itself. Even though we know it's here,
that's what I mean.
We can say it's here.
But it'd be good to acknowledge like the majority of the young upcoming rappers are drill artists. So it'd be good to acknowledge the genre, especially. I know obviously it originated from Chicago and all that, but there's a difference between type of drill. That drill has gone worldwide, bro. Kid Cudi used it on his album. He's got a drill-esque track.
Yeah, 100%. Skepta and
the drill sound has traveled, and I felt like we should have celebrated that, especially in a time where the media tries to beat it down constantly.
100%.
Yeah, grill.
Like they missed the
drill is the new grime.
I'm saying that.
But I think it's
gone past. It's gone past, man. It's gone clear.
Grime never transcended like drill.
Yeah, grime never went.
100%. No. Grime was very much a London thing. Like
to do with the,
exactly.
An actor was WizKid, jazz actor was Ego LMA. She's sick. Album of the between 2017 and 2019 was LMA's album. I think they only did that because the labels are going to start pumping money into UK R&B next year. That's going to be a thing. So I think that's what they did that. And apart from that, yeah, that's it really.
I swear. But saying off what you guys were talking about in terms of drill being like the main thing, music-wise, and like it should have its own genre. I mean, Heady One won the best male act.
Yeah.
So saying that, that's an accolade for me, the king of drill.
I hear you, but as in like I don't know why grime is separated. Like if you Grime's that important, they should be nominated in the best male category, no, or best female category or whatever, innit? I don't understand it more than anything. I'm not saying there has to be a drill, but I'm saying if there's a best grime act,
I think it's just early days. I hear what you mean.
Maybe it's the age.
I think it is just early days, and as Tevin said, like grime is like arse. But you're right though, because all of the young and up and coming rappers are on.
Like you said, who was in the best grime category?
Bruv,
JME, who else?
I don't know.
I'm guessing P Money must have been in there. I don't know. I didn't see that award.
Yeah, I don't.
P Money is probably the best in grime.
Shout, what's his name?
And Gets
for winning it.
Hey, I know it's a thing. We'll get back to music, but just to give you, Diego Jota is like 8 weeks with a knee injury, bro. Liverpool are finished. But yeah, shout out to them Mobos. Did anybody listen to the new music that dropped on Friday as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
Tevin is smiling, bro.
Let Tevin run with his.
Yeah, Tevin, go, man.
Let me come on this soapbox and speak. Last week, I came on the podcast and I told everybody that Jack Harlow was coming. Yeah. See, that's what I mean. That's why you lot made me drink on Sunday. I'm 2 glasses deep now, you know. the cogs aren't moving as smoothly anymore.
That's hilarious.
Like I said, to go fix myself up and drink as we speak, my guy.
I hear that. See, hey, come on. You keep the wave going.
Come on.
Jack Harlow, let's go.
When I spoke on Jack Harlow coming, I didn't know he had an album coming out. I had no idea he had an album coming out. I just thought it was singles. I didn't know. I'll be honest with you. This is just me telling you. When I came with that opinion, saying, "Oh, he's the white Drake. He's next up. He's coming." That was with me just listening to having been listening to Jack Harlow since like mid 2019 last year when I discovered him on some random playlist and whatever. And I was like, "This is sick." Let alone now when I've now listened to his album that he said is his first album. And the fact you can literally see and hear the Drake influence throughout the album is crazy. Yeah. Like from the production, from him having Boy Wonder, even to the fact of he has like the signature Drake songs when it would be one tune, then it will skip into like a slow down tune that's low and underwater, that underwater vibe that Drake used to do when he was coming up. It's mental. Even the way he structures songs in terms of the subject content. When he's talking about he was sitting in a car with a girl playing his music and she pulled the face. That's how I know you liked it. That's the same as Drake when he's like, I played you a tune and you didn't like it. You told me to play Ludacris, this, that, the other. He is literally he's literally taking the playbook and he's coming. I'm telling you, when I said he's the white Drake, I meant it.
Kevin, I have a question.
It's inevitable though, isn't it? It's inevitable
Kevin, I have a question, yeah? Because for me, he's sick and the guy can rap. But I don't know if he's a bit industry plantish because for me, the labels always push a white rapper every 2 to 3 years. We've seen this before. I don't think they're as talented as Jack Harlow, but every 2 to 3 years, labels always put their money and press the go button on a white rapper.
So how come Machine Gun Kelly never got?
Oh, but they tried.
Machine Gun Kelly's not relatable because Machine Gun Kelly makes.
I've just cussed his ass.
Machine Gun Kelly wasn't relatable because he didn't make records that the rest of us could listen to and the rest of us could vibe with. He made records for kids from Ohio and college kids and whatever. You know what I mean? That's not really. I'm not trying to listen to. I like Machine Gun Kelly when he first dropped, but even some of it, I'm like, bro, this ain't for me. But I'll tell you now, like I said, with Jack Harlow, you know, I said, they pushed the button. I don't think they've ever had somebody like Jack Harlow in the fact of he can do the melodies and he can make party records. He can make the slow songs. He can make the deep songs. He can do if you're a label, I'm telling you, whoever signed them, they're washing their hands right now.
Atlantic Records.
But they're winning. They've caught the next Drake. And this is what I was also thinking. The same way that Post Malone came through the game, he came from SoundCloud and he blew up because it was on a trap song. He was singing, it was melodic, whatever. That's music we like to listen to. Like White Iverson, come on, talking about Allen Iverson, White Iverson, it blew because it was relatable. We liked it.
In that cultural appropriation.
A little bit. I mean, I guess so. But in the same way, I promise you now, Jack Harlow, in the next year or two, he's going to be one of the biggest rap acts, and he might not even be one of the biggest acts when we're actually talking about music. I promise you. The same way that Post Malone is gone. He's gone clear. He's clear. The guy does stadium tours and XYZ. But would you, if Post Malone drops an album, we're going to come in here and say, this is the best album I've heard this year, and this is the latest, the deepest, rah, rah, rah. No, it's not going to be the top of our list. It might be for Wegz, not all of us. Come on, man.
No, don't disrespect Post Malone. You know, Post Malone had a sick tour.
Tell me who really took in beer bongs and Bentleys as a number one album.
If I go to a party and I see a beer bong, I know it's not for me, bruv. I know that's not the party.
Why, Chris? Because it's not relatable to you. And the stuff he's talking about on it, like I said, it's not.
I do agree.
I'm telling
you. What you're saying about Jack Harlow, but as I said, like we've seen this before. You're right. I don't think the labels have had anyone. Obviously, Eminem's obviously that's GOAT status. But in this kind of era, I don't know if we've seen anyone this talented. But it'll be interesting to see if he lasts, because every couple of years they do try and push a G-Eazy on us, or Machine Gun Kelly, or even what's the other one that had the college song, the Asher Roth. They always try it. Yeah, Asher Roth as well. So every couple of years we do see this white rapper that they pick. This one, as Tevin said, he is talented. So we'll see it. But it's a good album. It's a good listen. That Drake's influence is evident.
I
think it's only inevitable that Drake's influence would, because I mean, we sit here and we talk about Young Thug having sons and all
not like
having sons.
Sorry,
it's inevitable that Drake will have some sons, isn't it?
Not like this, bro. Please go and listen to Jack Harlow's album and listen to think about all the old Drake songs that you know. You will literally hear like this is pretty much the same song. You're just talking about your life now, and he talks about being the leader of the team. He's like, you know how Drake has always had this complex of he's never been accepted because he's mixed race. There's one Jack. I was listening to it today and I didn't write it down. I actually want to talk about it on the podcast. There's one he talks about. I'm from the same city, but I'm from the white side. Then he's like, what's another one? He's like, how am I a white kid, the leader of a team full of brown boys? This, that, the other. Do you know what I mean? And he's like, yeah, they're from the other side of the city. Like, I'm breaking bread to them, and I'm trying to figure out what a fair amount of side is. Listen.
Maybe it's a bit of a tangent, but I get really sick and tired of those like white people that start talking about, why am I not accepted about black people? How hard it was for me to be a white guy amongst black people. I'm like, really? You think you got problems? I hate that shit, bro. You think you got problems? Oh, I can't say the N-word. Sorry, motherfucker. I'm done.
I mean, yeah, I think you had your outburst.
Like, is it Kentucky or I don't know?
Yeah, Kentucky, yeah. I'm telling you, man. Like I said,
and Post Malone vibes.
Yeah, Dan. What he gives you Post? Nah, he's not Post Malone.
No. On the album, Tevin. I know you've listened to it.
You're gonna say that because they're both white.
No.
He's so far from Post Malone.
There is songs on that album where I'm just like, bruv, he's singing on choruses, and I'm just like, bruv, this sounds like Post Malone. And the thing is, as you said, the only people that might like Post Malone is probably Wegz. It's because I listen to Post Malone. I've listened to his shit all the time.
Strong boy Wegz, bruv.
His sound, listen, I got a couple more. But his sound is very similar. And as much as you might be right with being the new Drake for the future, I'm not gonna lie, he's got parts of himself which is Post Malone as well, but it takes a
even that melodic stuff from Post Malone, you can say that's inspired by Drake as well, like the way Drake comes. You can say that that's derived from what Drake has been doing as well with the melodic stuff. I don't know if he takes that personally, but yeah, you could say that as well. But Dan, what are you gonna say? Will you not listen to the album?
Was I gonna say something? I don't know. Did I start to say something?
Do you have an opinion on Jack Harlow?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I haven't really. I scanned through parts of the album in it, and it sounded alright. It just sounded like it sounded like Drake, innit? Like Drake-ish. So I was just like, I'll listen to it when I'm ready.
I like Jack Harlow. No,
but I'm not really excited about someone who's just gonna do what someone else does and not as well. But he can rap. Like I enjoyed What's Poppin'.
Yeah.
That's a hard tune. That's a banger. Tyler Hero was all right as well.
What's even crazy is like with all these tunes that you're mentioning now, which is what he's blown up of, I wouldn't even say go listen to those. Go listen to songs like Sundown. Yeah,
I've heard Sundown was on the thing before, innit?
Yeah, his
I've heard that. That's all right. That's all right as well. Like that's what I mean. I'm in the middle ground, innit? Like I'm like, he's good. He can rap. He sounds good. But am I running to listen to his project? Not right now, innit? I still feel like he has a lot to show me, but it's early on.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. This is why I said he's coming. I didn't say he was here. I said he's coming. Yeah, no. Let him find the tracks. It's coming soon, man. I'm telling you.
What about Cudi's album, Man on the Moon 3? How did
that shit is
Wegz
fire?
Yeah, Wegz go.
Great fire. I'm not gonna lie. If you man listened to him in 2009, 2010,
hey, look at the way Wegz is closing his eyes, bro.
Fires, bro. Straight fire, bro. I felt like I was 16 years old again.
Yeah.
Yo. Elite. This album, I don't get high and shit, yeah, but this album, especially the show out tune with Pop Smoke and Skepta.
Yeah.
I listened to it in my car for the first time yesterday, bruv. I was flying. I was zoned out. That shit had the bass in my car moving mental, bruv. Yeah, Kid Cudi. Hey, listen, this album I rate it a lot. A lot. to do it 10 years later, yeah, he's got consistency. Consistency.
Oh, yeah.
100.
You know what?
Kid Cudi got consistency.
For 10 years and be consistent.
No, but he had a lot of garbage in between that.
Garbage. This is what I was gonna say. Wait, hold on.
I think Kid Cudi and consistency doesn't go together.
No, let me come and back you up.
Second one wasn't that great.
Yeah, it wasn't. Come on, man. I don't Moon Man 2. I don't remember much of that.
Wegz' face is unbelievable.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. You might not know this, yeah. But for me, as like when I was a younger person, Kid Cudi for me was in my top 3 artists of all time.
Nah, I hear that. A lot of people say that. To be fair, a lot of people say that about the first.
Yeah, man. Moon Man 1, I might rock with you on that because Moon Man 1 is a great tape, and even the fact of this. Okay, this is the conversation I was having with Farry because we were talking about this as well as the tape. He was like, it sounds like a Travis Scott tape, and I was like, yeah, okay. The reason why this new tape sounds like a Travis Scott tape is because he had the production of Travis Scott. That's why. So the beat production in terms of this album is better than his other albums before. I'll say that now. The production of his albums is better now, and I was even saying to Farah as well, like, the reason why we have Travis Scott now is because of Kid Cudi. He said it himself, like, yo, a lot of the stuff I do when I'm running melodies and how I'm rapping and stuff I do is because of Kid Cudi. And you could see it. When I was listening to this album, yeah, I didn't know how to feel. Because it's like, half of this is lit, half of this makes me want to cry and sit in the corner, fam. And it's still a vibe. Like, it's literally, that's why I'm like, it's mental. Like, literally, from song to song, it's like, part of me feels sad. Part of me feels like, yo, I want to put on all my jewelry. I want to go out, stunt, flex, everything, rage. Like,
exactly,
yeah, man. This album was crazy. I enjoyed it.
It's for the rages.
For the rages, man. Like I said, like, I enjoyed it. But yeah, man, that's what I would say.
You feel like he went for a more, it was more mainstream in terms of instrumentals and stuff like that for him.
Yeah, for him, exactly. But like I said, this is the part of having people like Mike Dean and all the other guys who are usually around Travis Scott. As much as we're saying it's mainstream because Travis Scott has made it mainstream. Do you get what I'm saying?
Would you call him Cudi the king of melodies?
100%.
I would say so.
100%.
From the time when, listen, man was on a track, and it's alright, how am I getting this place? What is that? For the morning, how am I getting this place? But come on, man. That is, there's songs where Kid Cudi doesn't even speak English.
I was going to say, hey, if anyone listening to this has never listened to Kid Cudi before, they're definitely not going to listen to him now, boy.
No.
That's how we're advertising, man.
With me advertising it with no backing instrumental, yeah, it sounds mad. But if you listen to it onto the beat with the instrumental, it's a vibe. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of songs where Kid Cudi is not speaking English. Yeah. He's just mumbling a lot of words, and they're reference songs that he's released.
But it's like him and Young Thug, I feel like redefined melodies in rap.
Ooh, Young Thug, man. 100%. What a guy, man.
100%.
Yeah,
but the fact of if Elton John calls you a legend, yeah, you're doing something right.
That's a bit mad.
He called The Weeknd a legend.
We get it.
Abel. All right, Abel.
So any other topics we're discussing?
Yeah, moving on.
No one want to say nothing there.
No, we didn't. The last weekend album was mid.
But who's listened to this Cudi album?
Yeah, I have.
I need to listen to it properly. I've gone through it quick.
What would you not rate it for those that have listened to it?
I can't give it a rating.
It's too early. I feel like it's one of them albums I do need to sit. But the standout tracks for me right now is Another Day, Heaven on Earth slapped.
What's the
Show Out was good. No, this is Kid Cudi. This is Kid Cudi. Mr. Solo Dolo, I liked. Sad People, I liked. Sad People was the one that Tevin said. I was like, what do I feel? like, what do I do?
That's a real shit, that one. That's a real shit.
And The Void as well, which is another one. The melodies. But when I listened to the lyrics, I was like, Cudi, you okay?
That's another thing as well. I feel like when I listen to Kid Cudi, a lot of it's just nonsense. Like, I feel like there's not much real. Sometimes maybe I need to go back and listen to it, but I feel like he's just saying stuff and he's not really saying anything. He's just saying stuff on the beat, and it's just we're going along with the vibe. It's vibes.
That's like 50% of all popular music nowadays, anyway, bro.
I guess so.
Kevin, with his shit, wheel up the lyrics. He's saying some shit. He's saying something.
I need to sit on Genius and actually read it.
It's some shit that you can relate.
I feel like that's another thing I really got from this album. I don't think I'd want to be friends with Kid Cudi. That motherfucker's too sad for my liking, bro. That's not my vibes, bro. Don't hang around me, man. I can listen to you choose, but we can't hit the club together. He's the type of guy you be in the club and he's like, hey, bro, let's leave. This ain't popping. I'm like, what you mean, bro? The batters are out, the drinks are flowing. Right there nowhere, bro.
He'd be one of them ones to the girls that you don't need to do this, you know, you can live a better life.
Oh my god, dude.
That's definitely
ain't nobody trying to hear that shit.
Damn. Respect it. But this album for me, 9.5. I'm saying.
From Friday, you already did it.
How many listens have you given?
How many listens?
20 million.
The thing is, we have to remember that Wegz specifically said that Kid Cudi is like one of the greatest artists.
Yeah, he's one of his favorite artists.
No, one of my favorites.
We have to like standardize his answers and take off 4.5 of the score in it just to make it like
We're saying that aligns with my score. I'd give it like a solid 8, solid 8, 7.5. That's where I'm at in that scale. I said 7.5. Like I said,
my
a solid 8. Nah, it's a good album, man. I liked it. It's something I definitely feel like I'll go back to.
Fair enough. Fair play.
I said in the MOBO show, I forgot to say, I wanted to mention how most of the male artists cannot perform to save their lives. Like, they can't.
Yeah. We're not breeding artists in the UK. We don't breed artists.
Like, the standard is literally on the floor. Like, it's nuts. No moving around.
Is there anyone particularly you're referring to?
No stage presence at all. Most of them, bro. Like, when I saw Young T and Bugsy, and I like their songs, but then performing, I was like, bruv, this is just...
That's crazy. One
thing I will say is like, I'm not really a performer like that, right? But I can imagine if you're performing, you're feeding off the energy of the crowd. When you've got no crowd.
No, but still, man, you got to feel your music, because you know what it is here? The women, I'll give them that. They were like the production, Tiana Major 9 was...
Choreography, all that stuff.
Yeah, choreography. Miss Banks was, you know, the production, everything. When it comes, maybe it's because for them, they need...
What kind of choreography you trying to see from Young T and Bugsy, please?
No, it's not that. It's just
not
Tevin saying
energy.
Of, like, production and, like, backing dancers and what, like, bring a performance. Like, I don't think...
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Them here can perform, whereas the women can, like, they're bringing sauce and swag to the stage like them. I don't see that from the man the minute. Like,
also another thing, Chris.
Apart from Cody's performance was good. Yeah, go on, Tevin.
Yeah, Chris. Another thing you're saying, you know how you said, you're feeding off when you're performing, you're feeding off the crowd energy. You know, when you're at a music video shoot, you're literally got like 10 cameras on you, and it's just people there. They play the song one time, and you got to act like you're having the best time in the world. You act like you are in the zone. And some of these videos, they're in green screen, so whatever you're supposed to be in the background, you can't even see it, bro. You're just on a green flat.
You get more than one opportunity to do that. You can get take after take after take after take to get it right in a live performance at one time.
I don't know.
Also the fact of
yeah, maybe it goes back to what you're saying. We're not breeding, like, because as I said, UK there hasn't been really known to kind of perform like that anyway. Maybe it's new in it, but from what I see, boy, I don't really.
I think the issue is more like that. We're not breeding artists in this UK. We're just saying, you make popular music, go out there and make as much money for us as possible, and then we'll throw you in the bin when we're done.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, that's.
We have a morbid note to end on, but.
But yeah, man. Hey, man. Next week we come back with the. Our top 5 projects of the year.
So that would be nobody got no.